friends, what's up? Welcome back to another video. This week I'm doing an idea that I've had for a while. I thought it could be educational to other actors who are wondering like, how do people make money while they're auditioning, or in your pursuit of your journey, what all have you done? So that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. As you can tell from the title, these are all the survival jobs I've had in pursuit of being an actress thus far. And I say thus far because I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what I may have to do to pay my bills, to get from point A to point B. So these are just some ideas of things that I've done. I'm going to talk about them from, what I did at the job, and then also if I think that they're like a compatible job with somebody who's going to audition, just going to give you some ideas. If you guys are ready, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell to get notified anytime I post. Then let's get to it. So the first 3 jobs I'm going to talk about, I had these when I was like just out of high school, early college, during college, just some simple jobs that you can have that I'm sure pretty much everyone has done. So they are a babysitter, a hostess, and a waitress. My first job ever was a babysitter. I've done it times where I wasn't getting paid because I just wanted to play with kids, and where I was getting paid. I love kids. I think that I am good with kids, I'm great with babies, and I enjoyed spending my time doing that because it didn't really feel like work. Other people beg to differ, obviously. Diapers, it's not everybody's thing, but I had fun. And I don't know if being a babysitter is great from an actor standpoint because you don't really have flexibility to just be like, hey, I have an audition, like I can't babysit your kid today. But it's great for a starter job. I've babysat kids in New York and where I'm from in Virginia. I haven't kept any kids out here in LA, which is fine. Maybe I will. Probably, I don't foresee that happening again, but it was a great first job, or one of my first jobs. And then the other 2 jobs that I mentioned are being a hostess and a waitress. And I did both of those at my first ever restaurant job, and that was at a job in my hometown. It's a very nice restaurant, it's a sit-down restaurant, so I was showing people to tables, I was taking orders, drink orders, cleaning up the salad bar, the normal hostess and waitress type duties. Sometimes restaurant jobs are good for actors because you may be able to switch shifts with people. It's rare though because sometimes restaurants don't have an overflow of staff, and everybody has their own side hustles and they're trying to do and look out for themselves. So restaurant job is great for making tips, great for meeting people, but with a schedule that kind of needs open availability, or you need to be able to jump around. It's good, but we can do better. That's all I'm gonna say. It was good, but we can do better. I'm very thankful for that experience. I learned a lot. It gave me a great foundation for moving forward with looking for other restaurant jobs because I've had plenty of those, but it is dirty and sometimes customers are mean, and it's like, wow, why are people so mean? But that's the name of the game sometimes. So I've been a babysitter, a waitress, a hostess. I've also worked as a front of house person. So I was taking orders at a local food business out here, and the food is very, 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 very good. I guess I can tell you. It was at Hollywood Burger. It's right off the boulevard. It's across from the Pantages Theater. If you're ever in Hollywood, go there and get the VIP or the Boulevard. The VIP is their bacon cheeseburger, so good. Or the Boulevard is the fried. Yes. I was trying to remember the menu. The Boulevard is their fried chicken sandwich, so good. But the piece de resistance is the cheese fries. And don't get the cheese on the side, get the cheese on it. So good. Anyway, that was my first front of house job. So there I was taking orders, delivering food, wiping down tables. I did that in college, and that was my most highest paying job at the time. I was working from anywhere from 3 to 4 days a week, and my paychecks were like $700, and I think I got paid like every other, I don't know if it was bi-weekly or if it was like on the 15th, and I think it was on the 1st and the 15th of every month. It was something like that. So in college, I was making decent money doing that. In college, I was also a tour guide at my school. So I would give tours of the campus to students who were just looking, like going on college tours, and also prospective students who had already committed or who were thinking about committing, who were already accepted. So that was a cool job, getting to share my positive experience and seeing the fresh new faces and how excited they were, because I remember being that excited. And also in college, I was an RA, so I was a residential advisor. So I was in charge of the 4th floor, which is where I lived at the time. And that was a very demanding job because, you were always on duty, is like what we called it, because students would come to you at any time of the day, the night, and whether or not you had rehearsal or you were doing homework, you had to be available for students, which was good, fine, but it was very taxing on me. I only did it for a year. I didn't continue to do it again because, you know, I was there for the students and I did my part, but you know, you have to take care of your own mental health and your own responsibilities as well. So thankful I did it because it saved me a lot of money while I was at school. I had my room and board paid for. So shout out to that. If you're in school or when you go to school, you should definitely be an RA. It saves you so much money. But also you give up some of your time and you really have to be there for other people. So it's good, but it also has its downsides, just like everything else. Once I graduated from the New York campus, because at my school you do your first 2 years in New York and your last 2 years in LA, or you can do all 4 years in LA, but I wanted to go to New York and LA. In between New York and LA, I took a semester off and I was living at home. And in that time, I was a babysitter, a waitress and a hostess, and I also cleaned houses. That's a good job. It's a lot of physical work. Like I remember the first day I did it, I was so sore after. Oh my gosh, I just popped my back. I was so sore after from like vacuuming and just like getting on your hands and knees and like scrubbing bathrooms. It's a lot of work. The pay was good, but do I want to do that again? No, I don't want to clean houses again. I'd rather clean poop than clean houses again. But it was a good job and I did it. So I have actually been an usher for shows in order to see a show for free. And sometimes I've been paid, sometimes I haven't, but you know, your form of payment is to be able to see shows for free. That is another survival job I've had. Check in at your hometown, because at my hometown, we're able to usher shows and work for the theater, and then you get to see the show for free, which is a great way to see shows without spending any money. And it's also a job in a way. So check that out and see if your hometown does that. So all of those jobs that I've mentioned were during college and before college. So now I'm getting to the jobs that I've had after college in my pursuit of being an actress, which again, a pandemic hit right as I graduated. Okay, so these are the jobs. I'm just gonna name them all and then I'm gonna talk about them. So my first job outside of college was at Walgreens. Then while working at Walgreens, I got a job at Popeyes. Quit Popeyes, was still working at Walgreens, then got another job at a smoothie shop called Body Energy Club. I quit Walgreens because I got the job at Zephyr, was working at Zephyr, quit the smoothie place, I'm still working at Zephyr. And I work for you too. So let me break down all of it. Right as I was graduating college, I needed a job. I lived next to this Walgreens and I had been applying for like 3 weeks. And at that point I was like, I need a job, I just need a job. So I go into this Walgreens and I speak with someone named Chris, who then became one of my good friends at work. I was like, I need to get a job. How do I get a job here? And Chris tells me, here's the store's number, call here, ask for Renee, and he's our store manager. Call the store, ask for Renee, he's our store manager, and speak with him about setting up an interview. I said, great, okay, what time is she in? Chris goes, it's a guy, first of all, Renee's a man, but just call and ask for him. So I did, I got an interview and I got the job, and then I had my first day at work. There, I started off as a CSA, which is a customer service associate. So I was working the floors, bringing people up, and then about 5 months in, I got promoted to a shift lead or an SL. And basically, I was in charge of the CSAs. I was in a manager position, and it was good to me. I learned a lot. It was my first real retail job, but customers, no nice. And during that time, you know, COVID was at its peak. Everyone was freaking out. There were no auditions happening whatsoever, so I thought I would get another job. So I got another job at Popeyes. I met some great people there. It's some really, really hard work, dirty work. The homeless would come into Popeyes and it was just not very good. So I worked there for 2 months and then I kindly turned in my letter of resignation and I left. But I did not quit until I had a second survival job set up already, and that was at Body Energy Club, which is a smoothie place. So good, it's on the boulevard. And then I started working there and I was working at Walgreens, and I worked at both of those places for about 6 months at the same time. Like I was at Walgreens for 4 months, worked at Popeyes for 2 months, and then I was at Body Energy Club and Walgreens for like a remainder of 6 months, because I know I was at Walgreens for over a year. I got a little pin saying, congratulations, you've been here for a year. And I was like, oh God, I don't. So then I started in pursuit of a job, of a survival job that I would really like, something that I was passionate about, you know, not working necessarily with customers, and that was Zephyr. But I was promoting the heck out of my YouTube channel. I was actively looking, I was speaking into existence what I wanted, and Zephyr found me. But again, I wasn't just sitting on my butt waiting for things to happen. I was making YouTube videos, I was posting them on LinkedIn, I was posting them on Facebook, like everywhere that I could to get my name out there. And it came, and where I am now. So now I work at Zephyr Monday through Friday. I make a YouTube video once a week. I would like to do more. And I also work for Postmates. Now Postmates is a great survival job for actors. You are able to pick and choose your own hours completely. You make at least $22 an hour in the state of California. And if you don't make $22 an hour, say you make a certain amount from a delivery, and I normally make about $4 per delivery, but where you make your most money is in tips. And I normally get tipped about $10, and they're in plus. But sometimes, you know, people are not as generous, and I get about a $3 tip. So say I make $4 and a $3 tip, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. And say I do another delivery in that hour and make the same amount, that's $14 an hour. But within the next week, Postmates will reimburse me if I didn't make enough money. So you're always gonna make at least $22 an hour. And again, it's a great, great job for actors. To speak about Walgreens, I think they're a good job for some actors. You're able to switch your schedule around. You get 5 call outs per year. You know, I think any retail job would be good for an actor because it's a lot easier to switch with people than it is with a food job. Just in my experience, Popeyes wasn't really great for actors. It was a great way to make some money. They were really good with my schedule though, because at Walgreens you don't get a set schedule, and Popeyes would be willing to conform to my Walgreens schedule because I was working at Walgreens 5 days a week and I was working at Popeyes like 3 days a week. So I would give them my Walgreens schedule and then they would give me a schedule that worked with that, which was really nice. But at Body Energy Club, I had to have a set 2 days there because they weren't as lenient in conforming to my Walgreens schedule, which is fine. You know, some places they give a different schedule each week, or everybody has a set schedule. So that's another name of the game kind of thing. You gotta go in there, figure it out, be nice to people, work hard, and then they'll be willing to work with you. Zephyr is a great place to work. I love it so much. And again, Postmates, if you're an actor, any kind of delivery, lift, service job like that where you can pick and choose your hours is kind of ideal. But as an actor, you know, you read and you hear stories about how everyone has kind of gone through the trenches and just figured it out. You know, I wish I could tell you the perfect survival job for an actor, but I can't because everyone's different, everyone's skills are different. You know, you may not have a car to do Postmates or Lyft, but you figure it out and you make it work because you either make it work or you make excuses. I'm thankful that I've done a lot of jobs because now I feel as if I can really go to a lot of places and get work, which is good. So let me name all the jobs I've had again. A babysitter, a waitress, a hostess, a tour guide at my school, an RA, a front of house, a retail worker, a smoothie maker, Zephyr, YouTube, Postmates, an usher. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so that's 12 jobs. And I probably have had more, done little things in the past. If you guys have found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified anytime I post. And I will see you guys here next week. As always, keep it positive. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. I will see you next week. See you next week.